Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Wondersnatch. Today we're going to do a little bit of a Plastique Tiara tribute, okay, and going to the Dollage and trying some of her makeup techniques, okay. I've kind of done like a Plastique Tiara look many years ago, okay, and trying to achieve that kind of look, but you know, my bone structure and my body shape and everything, of course, makes it a huge joke. These two looks have been inspired by Plastique Tiara, but today I'm going to try to follow her makeup tutorial to see whether I can get that very soft Asian eye that she does, okay, and maybe learn some new tips along the way. If that's something you see, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for post notifications, and I'll see you in a bit. I'm back, and so far everything I've been doing for my base has been pretty much what Plastique Tiara is doing. Okay, if you want a full in-depth tutorial on how I do this and my updated way I do my base, please leave in a comment down below. I'm trying to use this vinyl tape, which is what a lot of the queens in America seem to be using. This off Amazon. There's so many different types of tapes out there, and you know, I've tried many of them. So far, masking tapes are the best, but you know, all these boating masking, what they call vinyl tapes, are supposed to be really good for drag. So even like Crystal Versace, who started her own YouTube channel recently, does this. Okay, so I'm trying to use this to tape my face now instead of my usual face tapes. My usual face tapes are usually pretty good. Okay, but you know, always try and look for other alternatives. So I've already cleaned this area here off with some alcohol. Okay, and I'm just putting a dot of spirit gum there, and then tapping it until it becomes tacky. Okay, and then I've cut these strips of vinyl tape out. And I will just be pasting it right over there. And then just putting it gently over there. And we'll pull it later. Yeah, so we'll see how this Plastique Tiara makeup goes. She's like half my age. So, you know, how to adapt these young, nubile drag queen makeup techniques to someone who is geriatric will be interesting. Okay, and both Plastique Tiara and Crystal Versace, they do what I do. I like to start off with a base of Kryolan and then use liquid foundations over that. Okay, so that's what I'm doing today, and I'll try to use the similar colors of what Plastique Tiara is doing. So she goes in with an 8W, okay, which all around the face, and I usually go 5, but 8 is pretty dark. So I think that really gives you more dimension. So I've got a 7W here, which I'm going to be trying to use it. Wait, oh yeah, of course I'm going to prime first. Okay, I forgot to prime, so I'll be using my e.l.f. Power Grip. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to go in with my 7W, which I actually used to contour a few times, and this is going to go all the way around my face. It is pretty much a good match. Look at that. Should have been doing this whole time. It is a bit dark though. So just going in around my face. Okay, so it is a bit dark. How does she use 8W? Okay, going in the middle with NB. She uses NB1, but I've got NB here. So NB goes in the middle of the face. And in the video, she uses V20. I've got V21, which is one of my oldest ever foundations, which I haven't used in a really long time. And this is really deep. So that deep. And she uses this a little bit only, which I will do as well. And then she bounces all that in with a liquid foundation. And today I'm going to try using a brush. Okay, I usually use beauty blenders, but today I'll see whether I can use a brush like a real makeup guru. Okay, I'm going to be using my AOA, and I'm mixing 2 of these shades. These are really full coverage liquid foundations. They're only $1 each from Shop Miss A. I'm using Ivory mixed with Nude. So Nude is a little bit more pink. Okay, so mix that up on my palette here and on my brush. Take off some of the excess, and then I'm just going to go in with the lightest shade first. The lightest areas first. How do people use brushes? Not bad. All those mixed together are not so bad. But I've never liked applying foundation with a brush. There seems to be just so much more cakey. Okay, I think I will go back to using my sponge to diffuse out the contour. Okay, I remember using this contour many years ago before I switched over to the Makeup Forever one, and it is really, really intense. Okay, and if it's too dark, you can just use this to just soften it a little bit. Give it a little bit of the underpainting look. Okay, and of course, brighten the middle of the face. I'm going to use my One Size concealer. Just going to concentrate everything in the middle of the face. Plastique Tiara doesn't really contour her nose. Okay, she uses highlights instead. Okay, going in with my beauty blender. Okay, I will cheat a little bit and use my 070. Plastique Tiara doesn't use so much white, but Crystal Versace does. So I guess this is going to be a bit of an amalgamation between those two tutorials now. I'll pop a bit of white there. So Plastique Tiara is actually coming to Singapore in October, and I've got my tickets for the meet and greet too. She is one queen that I would really love to meet. Alright, let's put on these face tapes. The thing is that once you put on these face tapes, you can't put them back out. I'm going to give myself a bit of some pink cream blush here. Okay, and I'm going to powder myself and be right back. Alright, okay, so I've powdered everything and I put some translucent powder there to catch any fallout. And I'm going in with her eye tutorial. She uses neutrals, of course. And I'm going to be going into my Makeup by Mario. Love this palette. And she uses a whole bunch of Morphe brushes. I'm going to use the similar ones. Okay, she uses a transition shade first to pat on the outer, okay? So when I do my own makeup, I usually start on the inner corner and start with the crease, but she starts on the outer corner, okay? We're going to try to keep the inside a bit brighter than usual, okay? But you can see I have much more of a heavy brow than hers. I wonder whether she's gone for facial feminization. I wouldn't put it past her, that she might have gone and shaved off her brow bone, like some of my friends have done. So I'm just going to go in with this mid-tone shade, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to go on the outer V, just like Plastique Tiara, working on this outer V first. Don't go more than halfway. Okay, and just build that up. Keep it small. Okay, I'm trying not to go into a big blown out drag eye today. Okay, so once you've got that down, it's very Plastique Tiara. I'm going to get a fluffier brush. This is a 13 Rushes brush. This is a local brand. Okay, going in with the lighter shade up in the corner up here. I'm going to use that to smoke that out. And Plastique Tiara says the more you smoke it out, and the more you blow it out, the sexier and more feminine everything looks. Very, very light. It's almost blending into the skin. Look at how. Okay, just bring that into the crease too. So everything is very, very diffuse. Going back into the mid-tone, just to build that up a little bit more, because I've blended that away. And once you've laid the colors down, you can see that things are just starting to blend a bit better. I haven't even figured out what wig I'm going to wear today yet. She wears a lot of human hairs and straight wigs, and I don't have very many of those. So once you've laid that down, go ahead and go in the darker shade, just to deepen up the most inner corner here. Slowly work that into the crease. I'm usually quite lazy with blending. I usually like to put huge geometric shapes, but let's see if we blend how much softer and more feminine this can look. And next she goes in with a black eyeliner all around the lower lash line. So I'm going to use my Victoria Beckham, and she goes in, basically lines the whole lower lid, the whole lower lash line. Smoky eye day. Okay, and going in with a buffing brush, using the mid-tone shade, she buffs that out. blending all this out. Same colors as the top. And bring the crease a little bit lower down, and then she goes in straight with sparkle over the lid. Okay, she uses Artist Couture. I think I have some of that. Let me see if I have some any left. Okay, so I don't have any Artist Couture glitters left because it broke and I had to throw it away. But I do have this So Pro Cosmetics Extra Dimension Loose Highlighter in EV. So it's this golden shade. Let's see whether this works. Oh, that's nice. Look. This is a loose highlighter, and that actually looks quite nicely. And going into the brown liner, I do have a brown liner. I have a KVD tattoo liner, and I usually use this for freckles. Okay, and Plastique Tiara doesn't ever do a huge big wing. She stops at the corner here and then blends that out into the shadow, okay, which is what I usually do too, because I don't like usually a big wing because my face shape doesn't really accommodate that. Okay, so that's about all she does. Okay, and then she sets all that with a dark brown here and smokes that out. Okay, and then she uses a black liner to connect the lower lash line to the wing. Close that up. Okay. Tiny little wing. Okay, and then just smoke that out with some black. Work that black a little bit into the crease. Okay. Go back in and blend as much as you want. Pulling out that a little bit. So that's pretty soft, I guess. Okay, now I can brush off all this bake outside my brows. Plastique Tiara used to use lace front brows, but now she's been doing a lot of eyeshadow. I noticed in All Stars 9 she also used eyeshadow when she was in a rush. Okay, so we're going to do that. Alright, so now I've got my angled brush. I'm going to try this Trixie Cosmetics angled brush. This is the really, really nice fine angled brush that she recently released, okay, to try to draw on my brows. Going in with I think with a cooler brown, still using the same palette, okay. Just going to try to give myself a very feminine kind of a brow that Plastique Tiara gives herself. Okay, so it start around here. Just take your time. Okay, somewhere around there. Just keep building it up. Okay, match that on the other side. Okay, thicken up in the front. Wow, freehand eyebrows. Okay, and then using another brush, we're going to fade in the inner corners. Fade in the inner corner of the brow. Okay, and then we clean up underneath that brow with some concealer. I think for this I'm going to use my e.l.f. Plastique Tiara doesn't use a lot of stark whites, which I'm trying to avoid using also. So that highlights the underbrow. And then just going back in with this bone shade here. Tap that under the brow. Wow, so many brushes. Okay, and then we use that to blend in the shadow here. Pop some of this in the inner corner as well. Okay, and I will be extending the liner. Extending the liner into the lower lash line there. Departing Plastique Tiara territory, trying to get this soft, but I think I need a little bit more help to try to get rid of this bone here. Again, and she goes in and bronzes everything as per usual, using my Glamour Bronze in Megastar. Just starting on the perimeters of the face first and just bringing it slowly in. So although she doesn't contour her nose, I think I might have to. She doesn't really go in very hard with contouring either. So I'm going to try to keep this light as well. But I think I need a little bit more sculpting than she does. Keep the nose contour. See, you can see my brow. This is huge. Because I didn't put a lot of makeup in here, you can see this ridge that goes right across here. So that's usually what I need to conceal when I do my regular makeup, okay? So that's why I usually put a lot more black there, okay? And that's why some people go for facial feminization surgery. This is Neanderthal. Alright, so Plastique Tiara also goes in with a shimmering white, okay? This very... I think a lot of people used to use the MAC shimmering white, but now Patrick Starr's One Size Beauty has a very good white pressed powder. I don't have any of those, but I do have the Vampire Veil white from Manic Panic. This is what the goths use, and I think I really like this for highlighting as well. So we will be using this today. So usually I just use one of these brushes, and I just tap the white here. Just to tighten up that nose contour. And then blend that away with your powder brush. And she also takes a little bit of that white just to accentuate the nose contour. Alright, I'm just going to clean all that up a little bit, okay, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've tried to soften everything up a little bit more, and I did have to go in and, you know, deepen up that crease a little bit just to give it that more feminine look for myself, okay? And now I'm just going to go in my lips. So a very soft nude lip, okay? I'm going to go in with this light brown lip pencil, one of my older Gerard Cosmetics ones. Okay, so Plastique Tiara does all the way across kind of a butthole lip, but I think I prefer something a little bit more angled. So I like to retain a little bit of a cupid's bow there. And for my bottom lip, I have a bit of a scar here from, I can't remember what. I'd like to just cover that up. Just draw right underneath that. Okay, and then you, from here, connect to the corner. Okay. It's more or less my lip shape. We can clean it up later. Coloring in the sides. I've got this lip crayon from Cara Beauty that I bought ages ago. Might as well try it. All Yours, LC1. Oh, it's quite light. It's also quite dry. So I just blend those together. The brush. NB, which is my, give myself that nude look. That does look quite soft. So I'm going to pop in some lens and some lashes and then figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my look, and I'll be right back. Alright, and this is the finished look. Okay, I put in some gloss in my lip, and I'm only wearing top lashes, no bottom lashes, so very au naturel. And yeah, so this is my rendition of Plastique Tiara's natural nude that girl look. Alright, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Grab tickets for my next show, Qabaret Duz Dizney Pluz, okay, where we're actually making fun of everything on Disney Plus, okay, and I'm doing 4 looks that night, so yeah, it's going to be a great show. Pick up your tickets, link in the bio, okay, and yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ooh. Brooke Shields, anyone? Tousled hair. Something's missing. I think I'm not contoured enough on my forehead, but actually, yeah, just the forehead. You know, it's, this minimal look might not suit big burly men like. Yeah, I love this hair. Very bedroomy, very Bridget Bardot, Brooke Shields, Barbarella. Just got out of bed. Okay, that's enough. All right. So, Plastique Tiara on a scale from 1 to 10.